An angel looked down at earth from the highest point in heaven and thought what he saw was good. He saw the animals in the forest, the birds in the sky and the humans in their cities and yearned to see more. He leapt from the highest point of heaven with wings spread wide like his heart and flew to earth to know more of the mortal creatures. So loved by the other angels, observing the ebb and flow of creation like others might gaze upon the stars and imagine what is unfolding in the impossible distances of space separating them. Yet heaven is a strange place where time works differently and what mortals call a lifetime flies by in the blink of an angel's searching eye. But still, the angel flew onwards closer to the creatures he would know. And that changed with each breath they took. Maybe the angel wanted to look upon the face of God. For you see, God is not as humans perceive him. God is the ebb and flow of the tides, the outstretched branches of a tree that shade the lamb, nourishes the insects, and shelters the creatures that would nest in it. God does not exist outside of life but through it. God is everything that has lived and will ever live. And God dies when life itself dies. The angel flew onwards towards earth, gathering speed, and heard life call out to him when he was no longer flying but falling. As the angel plummeted through the atmosphere, his wings started to catch fire and his feathers fell off just like those from Icarus's waxed wings did long ago. But the angel did not drown in the sea as Icarus did. Instead, as he hurled to the ground, he found the trees in the forest reaching out to catch him. He woke dazed and confused, dangling from a branch by his halo. Before he could do anything else, the branch snapped, and the little chicks in the nest above laughed. For they thought the angel a strange bird indeed. When the angel thumped to the forest floor, he experienced pain for the very first time. He wept then, not just because his halo was bent or because his body ached the way a mortal's does. No, he wept because his wings had burned away. The angel wept for what he had lost and feared he would never reach heaven again. Nothing much remained of the angel's wings, but for a few charred feathers that stank of brimstone. Still, an angel's tears are not like those of mortals, for an angel's grief brings forth life, not relief from death. As his tears hit the ground, flowers began to bloom, and birds came to chirp and tweet around him. But the angel's broken-heartedness made him blind. He did not see the trail of beauty he left in his wake, did not hear the birds sing and gladden the hearts of mortals dealing with woes that end in death. Soon the angel had walked the earth completely. On his way, he discarded his bent and discolored halo, threw it into a muddy field where it sank without trace. He replaced his muddied and torn gown, too, with robes fit for humans in their cities full of noise and bluster. The angel now looked and behaved like a mortal human. The more human he became, the more the angel's powers faded. The trail of flowers that once sprung up from the ground with each footstep faded in time from flowers to weeds. Then to nothing at all. The birds stopped chirping, too, because he no longer enchanted them with his tears. He could no longer even sing to them of his sorrow. Like a musician with a busted guitar, something fell silent in him that was deafening to some of the creatures once drawn to him. Soon all the angel saw was the beastliness in man, the casual cruelty, betrayal and lack of compassion. He held his contempt for humanity close and nursed it. He was an angel far from heaven who had forgotten that an angel was more than wings and a halo. They were the messengers, not of God but of life. He was the way life tries to tell the story of itself to itself. Although the angel had forgotten, his essence still burned like a sun within him. That could never be destroyed. For an angel is meaning in its purest form, which can never be destroyed, only lost until found. As the years flowed by, the angel's vision narrowed, until he found himself retreating from humans completely, his only comfort found in the gentleness of animals that would come and listen to him talk of what he had lost. But even the animals that came left him, for they knew they could not help an angel see that all of life must be wept over. Not just part of it. They knew mortal beings must face the death of those they love and then face their own death and the grief they cause those they leave behind. Then one day, the angel ventured out, for the sun in the sky and the birds in the clouds called to him. He was anxious, for he had not stood with humans in centuries and the world had become a swarm of bees buzzing with noise and haste since last he walked. As they buzzed around him, he felt the need to close his eyes and return to where he had slept for centuries. Despite his discomfort, he kept his eyes open and saw things anew despite his pain. He saw a child laugh as a dog licked their face and an old couple smile as they weathered the storms of old age and held hands, and he saw the youths with their strange manners laugh not at him but at the joy of each other's company. And the more he looked, the more the angel saw. He saw, despite their suffering, these mortals face life with love and use the pain in the hidden parts of their souls to remake the world for those they loved. And then as he looked deeper into their souls, he saw feathers and then wings, too, which flapped when they dreamed. of better things for others. And then the angel broke down, for he remembered he was an angel, and as he wept, flowers sprung up from his tears, and an incredible agony overcame him as bone shot out from his back and formed into wings. The humans near him only saw a mortal man falling and did not know that the angel had his wings. As they helped him to his feet, the angel smiled at them, not just because he had his wings and could return to heaven, but because he knew now what angels are. As he left the earth and flew up to heaven, the angel laughed, for he understood why all the angels in heaven love to look upon the unfolding mystery of life. The angel soared onwards through the gates of heaven into the meeting place of the angels to tell them the truth, that their love is the greatest of the mortal strengths. That they were all mortal once, too, and had only forgotten just as he had forgotten he was an angel, and that it is love which transforms mortal creatures into angels.